Rated as the jury and the judge and everything above on the street. So it's our time now. We have to hit the pavement. We have to operate the same way. We have to be the jury. We have to be the judge, because this is not working. Too many innocent people are going down, and we don't have any defense. We don't have adequate defense. And we're stuck in the system, and it's not working. It can't work.
It's not built on the right foundation.
It's not built on the right foundation. It absolutely is not. Built on the foundation drafted by slave masters. And the whole goal is to keep power for those selected few individuals. That's what we're dealing with now. We've got this, G-force and these private companies taking over all the institutions and doing all the enforcement for us. Well, there's a reason for that, because we are being controlled by international financiers, international players, people with real capital that have high-profile lawyers that are coming down and making these decisions through our, legislative department, through our Congress and all. And, you have to follow the law. Otherwise, they throw you in jail. You don't have no voice. You don't have any rights in there. And nevertheless, what law are we going to follow? Are we going to follow the law of righteousness? Are we going to follow the law of corruption? Are we going to be servants of corruption, or are we going to be servants of righteousness? That's what we have to ask ourselves. My Lord requires that I be a servant of righteousness as opposed to a servant of corruption. Servants of corruption, they never can be satisfied. They're always trying to sell themselves to that which they know not of. They're always trying to oppress their neighbor or appease the next man. They always want to try to, be promoted and work their way up. But I'm telling you, man will let you down every time. You cannot depend on man. He will always let you down. He's not satisfied within his flesh. Within his lustly habitation. He is not satisfied. And so we have to trust in a greater force, in a greater power, in a greater creation. And that will bring us justice. That will bring us righteousness. That will bring us peace at heart. That will bring us our understanding and our wisdom. A house is built on wisdom and established with understanding. But we have to have that foundation. It has to be the foundation. It has to be there for the house to stand. Christ spoke about, if a house is divided against itself, it will fall. He himself was the cornerstone. He himself holds the key to open the seven seals thereof. He shall make that house stand. He shall make that house be erected on high. And that's what we need. We need that foundation, man. But this foundation right here is cracked and corroded. It's getting ready to crumble. Because the people have elevated their knowledge to be increased, at least some of us, and are willing to speak on those terms, to educate people, and to bring down morale of the oppressor. We seek to bring the morale down of the oppressor. We understand that these servants of corruption do not know of their ways. They do not know what they do. They put on their uniform and they say, I have to get paid, I have to get a job. But what is in their heart? That's what the Lord tries. He tries our heart. He seeks us from within. He looks towards our heart. He doesn't look towards outward appearance and judge us. He said he came for the maid and the thief. He said, bring them in. He wanted them all. He wanted the meek, the widow, and the brokenhearted. He didn't look upon that person that had all the fancy clothes and the car and everything else and glorify that person. Never. That was never the intentions of the Lord. But what are they doing here? They have their suits. They have their uniform. And it's all to do with attraction. That's how man and woman and child have been operating, from the laws of attraction. We see somebody in the suit, oh, he must be a successful man. He drives a nice car, he lives in a nice house. He must have did something right. It ain't true. It really ain't true. And doesn't go for everyone, of course. But we are operating from the laws of attraction. What we see perceived. It forms our perception in our mind. And it's an illusion, what it comes down to. It is an illusion. You know, they want to label people crazy. They labeled John the Baptist crazy, even the Christ. They said the Christ was a sinner. He ate with wine bibbers, you know? And, you know, he let, you know, prostitute come and wash his feet. He was a sinner to those workers of iniquity, but they had not tried themselves. They had not looked at themselves. Let us not be quick to judge one another, but let us be quick to judge ourselves from within. Yeah. That will be the foundation. That will be the beginning of wisdom, is the fear of the Lord. Yeah. And there we shall establish our understanding. So the more we come and more we speak, the more we begin to develop our ways. You know, like they say, practice makes perfect. So by all means, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect man. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not any more perfect than anyone else. But I do have something inside me that says, you know, I have to come out here and speak. It's out of necessity. It is absolutely out of necessity. Because of the widow and the fatherless and the poor and the needy and the defenseless. What are they going to do? You know, I remember putting in this jail over here in Frostproof. They got me in there with a guy that, you know, God bless him, he had terrible physical and mental handicaps. You know, he used to have to go to the bathroom, you know, in his cell. And it would take him about a minute and a half to get into his bed. It would take him about a minute and a half just to crawl into bed. And what was he being accused of? By the way, he was there for over 2 years thus far. And what was his accusation? For hitting an official. For hitting an official of the law. Wait a minute. This man could not hurt a fly. Literally. He could not hurt a fly. But yet, he was being accused of striking an official. With, you know, officials, they carry guns and they got armor and all this kind of, and he was being accused of striking an official. But who was going to defend him? Who is going to defend him? I'm going to defend him. I'm here to defend him. I'm here to defend all those that can't defend themselves. This is the jury. The juries need to understand they have the power to nullify the law, to wipe it clean off the books. That's the jury's power. How many of them know that? Barely any of them, because they're not told. But they are the most powerful committee in the land when it comes down to it, because they do have the right to declare a law so unjust and so abused and so corrupted in nature that it shall no longer stand. That's the jury's, not only just their reward, their ability, their capability, but it's their duty. If they see these laws being abused, if they see that people are being neglected and thrown in jail for unjust causes and unjust means, then they must break the law. And they must nullify that law. That's their duty as Americans, true Americans. So speak on this, because we know everything in here is a big secret. You know, keep it, you know, within the network, right? The network of lawyers, judges, and they can continue to sit on high and look down and judge us, and continue to cost us money that we worked hard for, and keep us in slavery. And we have to put an end to it. It can no longer happen. In this land, if we want to call it a land of freedom, this oppression cannot happen anymore. Somebody has to strike the blow. Now, we are the working class. We are those that break our backs, try to make ends meet. And we form the majority of the world. So we do have the power. Because the moment we start working, even for a week or two, we'll shut them down. Shut them down. And perhaps that's where we need to go. You know, look around the earth. It's still bountiful. There's still beauty. There's still nature. There's still land that's unoccupied.